Humongo Nation, day one.
Today we're in Portland, Maine and New Hampshire. We're going to check out the new penny store. It's not actually a store, it's a really cool art installation.
And someone's going to get a new coffee maker. We're here with Randy Regier of the New Penny Store, an art installation in Portland, Maine. What are we looking at?
Well, formally, what you're looking at are what would be just, the simplest declaration would be a series of sculptures and digital print work, all combined together to create an installation that appears as a sort of a vintage toy store that doesn't quite know its place in time.
It's an installation that people in the community can come and see. They can't actually come into the store.
The conceptual premise for this installation, that what I wanted to most get to at one level, was the sense of a physical dreamscape. So I wanted to try to create a space that felt very much like approaching someone else's dream, in the way that dreams are, when we're in really vivid dreams, I can speak only for myself, your body changes, your heart changes, your pulse changes, you start to move about. And it has you have a very physical and visceral reaction to those. And I was wondering, and I thought, well, what would an installation be like? What would artwork be like that was getting so close to that feeling, but yet not entering into it? Because when dreams are broken, that's wakefulness, and it's not a dream anymore. So that's why there's the locked glass. The glass, in my mind, formally and conceptually, the glass is the space between a wakefulness and sleep.
And there's several individual pieces that have all been crafted. They look like toys. Yeah. They're not actual toys, or not based on.
They're actual toys now, right? But they never were toys, and there's no toy. And I'm very careful. As much as I play fast and free with fact and fiction and lucidity and lack of, I don't use toy parts because it gets too greasy, and that's been done in contemporary art, taking old toys and just saying, oh, now it's art because I'm an artist, and I say so. That may be interesting, but I don't think it's interesting for me.
The other cool thing about your installation is that a lot of sculptors will bring their art to a gallery, and people that would come and see that are art lovers and people who are accustomed to seeing art. You've put your art in the middle of a neighborhood in Portland, in an empty storefront. So it's encountered by art lovers, I'm sure, but also by the community. What kinds of reaction have you heard or seen from the community, the people that just happened on this and wondered?
The reaction I get is usually, the most responses are people that already know me, know the work, so they're sort of filtered by their cognizance about what the work is and what it's about. The unsolicited reactions, I've only seen a couple, and they were, I think, when Boing Boing posted this, there was a few in there. Someone who was this really, it's just, I just levitated at this moment. There was a post, like 20 posts down or something on Boing Boing the day it ran. Someone said, oh my God, this is next door to my house. And they were on Boing Boing, here in Bayside, and all of a sudden this thing shows up, it's a block from their house. And they were just flipping out. And I thought, yeah, that's, what more could you ask for?
It's not like getting a show in a gallery. You had to look almost like a business person.
It's not as difficult as you'd think, but there's a lot of people out there with means and with architecture and that own real estate that just are interested in being interested.
Well, and actually, I think that's a great point. In that, in every city and town across America, there's empty real estate.
There's a lot of vacancy in the country right now.
So, what would you say to other artists in other communities that want to make that happen?
Follow your best, and first of all, without getting on a podium, even though you're sort of setting one up for me, I'm going to try to stay off the soapbox. Don't try to create something to woo them. Create something that's really of genuine personal interest, so that because if there's anything I've really recognized in these people who own real estate and are really sort of really successful business people, is they don't have time for bullshit. And they can recognize it in all forms, whether it be art or whether it be real estate. They get it. So be sincere, and then when you approach them and say, look, I've got this body of work and I really care about it. I think it would really shine in a vacant storefront or in a warehouse, and I'll do the work, and and just be and just talk to them. I mean, the man is not the enemy, really. It's our own perceptions of who is who and who is not who. And, and just without getting into, like a lot of my art school language, the two men so far who have made possible Waterville NISPA are not the people that come up in art school conversations. It's the people you're supposed to seek out. They're sort of the people you're supposed to contradict. Well, it's not true. That's just not true.
Randy, awesome. Yeah.
We're about to head into the Space Art Gallery and see what they got going on.
All right, we're with Ian Page at the Space Gallery downtown in Portland. Ian, tell us about the Space Gallery.
Space Gallery is a non-profit arts venue. We do gallery exhibitions, concerts, film screenings, special events, pretty much anything that is emerging, contemporary. We're the game in town for the bright new ideas that are coming through.
How does gallery stay in business in not just Portland, but anywhere?
We're a special case because we are a nonprofit and we have a broader focus than just being a for sale gallery. With our world, we specifically decided to be a nonprofit because we wanted to showcase work and not worry about selling it. We do want to advocate for artists and get their work into the hands of collectors, but we're much more concerned with taking chances and spreading ideas and the art that helps spread those ideas. And that can also be through the concerts, through dance performances, theater performances. We try to give an equal playing field to all of those.
Are you using any social media tools to help spread the word about events?
Yes, there's at this point there's no way you can't not use Facebook.
Right.
It's particularly important for the music scene. It's the best way to reach a lot of people quickly, but we still use old-fashioned flyers and mailings, but
we were just talking about postage rates.
right.
And
I didn't know what the postage rate was.
Yeah.
But I checked the internet and it told me.
That's great. Anything that you've tried from a marketing perspective that didn't work? A lesson learned?
Right now, one of our challenges is our blog, which we keep. It's havefaithinworthlessknowledge.com, and we are still updating that blog, not as frequently as we were, because we're not getting the traffic that we would like, but it still acts as an archive and it's a way to link on Facebook to something.
What we've noticed is that it depends on the audience. So there are some audiences that are incredibly involved in a blog and want to be a part of the conversation, and other audiences that are just like appreciative of what's coming through the blog and don't need to be a part of that conversation necessarily.
Exactly.
And sometimes that audience matures and it turns into the more conversation-based.
And so I think it's just a two-tiered operation. The traditional media is still, if we get a photo in the newspaper, that's still worth its weight in gold in terms of getting the word out about something, but that it's unavoidable at this point to maintain the web presence and assume that other people are catching up onto that.
All right, awesome. Ian, great to meet you. Thank
Pleasure.
you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks. All right, so today we got a great look at the Portland art scene. We met Randy, who taught us that sometimes it's okay to work with the man, and you can actually make cool things happen in your community. And then we saw a great nonprofit arts gallery called The Space, who showed us that working in a vibrant arts community can make really cool things happen. Now we're off to Boston.